I hate to break the fishing news up, Yaremchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down, Yaremchuk.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Yes, a banging new intro, episode 159 of Nation Real Life. I'm Tyler Yaremchuk. Jay's here. Wanya's here. Bag Milk's here. And Chalmers is here. It's a full squad.
Oh, everyone's here.
Well, hello.
Hello. Yeah, we got a lot to get to today.
Were you a Seinfeld guy?
Oh, man. I've seen every episode of Seinfeld probably 3 times.
I was just curious.
I think, when did the last episode air of Seinfeld? That would have been 1997. Yeah, it would have been the year I was born, I think.
Holy shit. It's that long ago?
And I love fucking Seinfeld. That best sitcom ever.
Final episode was May 14th, 98.
So I would have been about 5-6 months old.
Sick.
I was 18 years old.
No, I wasn't, man. I was 6 months old. Yaremchuk. We were doing some shit, too.
My God.
I certainly didn't know you. We weren't both 18, Chalmers.
And we were both just freshly going to Cowboys.
You were rocking
every
a
Thursday.
purple CRX in those days.
It wasn't purple. It was burgundy.
No,
Nice.
Yeah, so it was like a
And
metallic
it
burgundy.
It was like
and it
a
wasn't
mauve burgundy.
No,
like purple.
it was legit burgundy, and it had it was all painted. Like
But you had the
no
aftermarket seatbelt strap,
Yes.
which was gangster.
trim. And the red interior light.
Gangster.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Nice.
that, yeah.
Very
Installed
nice.
some extra fog
How did you
lights
get
on
so
there.
much money at such a young age?
I'll tell you, when you're older, it involved wing.
One and done.
One and done.
Yeah, one and done.
One and done.
One and done.
All jokes. Seinfeld and The Office. 2 best sitcoms. Not even close. There's nothing else that even comes with a sniff. Parks and Rec, maybe.
I went back recently and started watching The Office again, and I didn't realize how quickly 7 episodes in, and they're already like the basketball scenes done. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much that happens in those first 7 episodes. That is deep by far. I think it's better than Seinfeld. I'll say it. And Friends.
Wow.
And
It's
Friends.
neck and neck to me.
I've never seen an episode.
Of
Of The Office?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Respect,
You
Bag Milk,
especially
respect.
would love it.
Yeah, you would love it.
Respect.
I probably would. There's no reason I've never watched it. I just
Yeah.
have never watched it.
My girlfriend had never seen it, so like 4 or 5 months ago, we started watching, and we've been chipping away at it. And she's in love with it now, too. I think
I'll
once
say
you see it, you love it.
Michael Scott is the perfect sitcom character.
Yeah.
He is perfect in every way for how he makes you feel and how fucking great he plays it.
My only issue with The Office is that I have a hard time watching a show at the end of the workday about the workday in a boring company I don't work at. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what a day in my own real life at work. I'm going to sit down here and watch a show about a guy who's tired of his job watching TV. Fuck no, I lived that life at the time in the late 90s.
Well, at least there was
point.
more. There was some humor wrapped around it. Like when I was back in my banking days, I can identify with some of the characters with people in my day.
I just want to see people on spaceships shooting shit and
I've
stuff.
never
I want to
That's
be
true.
out
That's
of
true.
my...
Yeah, you want the escapism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had the office life, so I can't. The only way I could relate to it was just being like, good Lord, there's obviously an accounting department, and there's
Yeah.
always going to be those type of people in
yeah.
accounting.
And they act that way. That's the thing.
Totally,
Like,
and I could see it, so I could use my imagination.
Shows about day-to-day drudgery for me ain't it. I want stuff blowing up. I want aliens where we're brokering peace accords and things like that. Or perhaps zombies, Chalmers, because they are often a threat, and I'd like to know what to do long in advance if they really broke
But
out.
yeah.
Is there one TV series, then, if we go away from sitcoms, that is like bar none number 1 for you?
Star Trek Next Generation.
I was just going
Really?
to say that for him, of course.
for him. Yeah, I've known this idiot since
definitely.
97 when Yaremchuk was 6 months old.
Nerd alert.
Next Generation's tits. And the
it's
new
good.
Picard show.
Oh, is it good? I haven't started watching because I want Discovery to come back. I love Discovery.
So the knock on Discovery I was reading on the blogs is they're like, people love the Star Trek world, but they just really want to watch Next Generation. This is the joke, right?
That's true.
The
Yeah.
opening
All
scene
not
of
for me.
Picard, and I read that, I'm like, that's terrible. There's a lot of wonderful stuff in Discovery. There's new life forms and a spore drive. The opening scene of Picard is him playing cards with Data, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is really what I want. I just want him to fucking hang out with Data for sure, the whole show. It's unbelievable.
Was what's her name, Troy, there?
No, the only one they brought back is Data. And they say,
and I saw Riker in the previews. Oh, in the
I haven't seen him. I'm on episode 4. I haven't seen a
I thought
peep of
they made it
Riker.
seem like the conversation they had would
They
have been episode
mention
1.
Riker. There's a scene where the guy goes, so you're going to get the crew back together? Riker, Data, everyone? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be the best.
I'm sure I saw.
Well, maybe he
commercial.
does. It's possible. They probably want to bring back more than just Data.
Yeah. It's slowly unveiled. Oh my god! It's the shock and awe.
But the storyline of Picard is crazy because
Oh my
what
God,
they
I bet.
talk about.
I'm gonna
I
dabble.
bet it's just amazing.
You know what?
I'm gonna dabble into it.
Yeah, you might want to. Fucking being intimidated out of my rant on the podcast is hard, Chalmers. I'm glad to have you here talking about what you want to talk
I mean, it
about.
sounds better than I really got into Doomsday Preppers for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
those are fun.
See, but
You a
that's-
90 Day Fiance guy too?
I'm a huge 90 Day Fiance guy.
Christ. If anybody in this room says they watch Dr. Pimple Popper, you're about to get ended.
No.
Because TLC used to stand for
The Learning
Channel. Dr. Pimple Popper.
It's just gross.
It's super gross.
It's fucked. I can't see why anyone would get
I saw it on the side of a
gross.
bus
Some
here,
people find it
Yaremchuk.
satisfying.
Shut up.
This is how the decline of society is hastening. I saw Dr. Pimple Popper on Jasper on the side of a bus. It was like, oh shit, they're making enough money off Dr. Pimple Popper.
But when you get a
bus ads.
zapper, you rush to the mirror to pop it, right? Like,
And
am
I
I don't know
documented
that
and
it's
put
that-
it on my Insta stories immediately.
no, but like you do it. Like, I don't know if it's just I don't want to watch people pop their own or other.
But, like,
people
these
pop
aren't just
other people's.
normal.
These are
These aren't
goiters.
normal zits though. These are like volcanic eruptions.
I wonder what's
of
the most
awfulness.
they've ever gotten out of one.
Oh God.
I
don't
guess
wanna know.
2 ounces.
fluid ounces.
Like these are Chirellis. These are huge fucking warts.
Jesus.
Good line.
Last night I accidentally, well, not accidentally, but
Watched
I
Below
tripped
Deck?
over the wrap up show, like to the season.
Yeah.
Holy
Of what show?
fuck.
Below Deck. It's the one. It's a show where they have a private yacht. There's a private yacht that people can.
Yeah, it's about the staff on a private yacht. It's an
what? Yeah.
ongoing
And
season.
so
I like
every
this.
week,
Breaker High too?
yeah, like every week this thing
and
gets.
I think that's why I like it. But the wrap up show to it was fucking so tough to take.
The people in there are fucked.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely fucked.
But speaking of good programming on television, it's actually a Canadian show. Is Schitt's Creek.
Yes,
Great.
very good TV show.
It's I love the shows and like similar to like Letterkenny and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's not about the production value; it's about the content
And the writing.
and the writing. Right, like what
the
they are
acting,
saying is so fucking funny.
Do you want to hear something that you'll cringe but have to give it props for afterwards? Is I guarantee you somewhere on the along the line, someone from Corner Gas is involved with Schitt's Creek, and it's like a descendant of it. Because
No, this is the Levi family. Really,
yeah, but I bet you anything if you go
Corner
and
Gas
dig-
is getting a bunch of awards for the cartoon reboot, I believe.
It was a terrible show.
Do you know that Jerry?
We
D-
wanted to like Corner Gas and we couldn't. We
my,
try our
and my
best.
Sasky family, I'll
love
never
it.
forget. My cousin at Christmas, like 7 years ago, was like doing cartwheels because he got like season 6 of Corner Gas DVD set.
What?
That's,
When I still lived
that's a very prairie thing to get
I
excited
know,
about.
but once again, I'm in Saskatchewan donning a bunny hug while this is happening, and I can now understand.
I'll come again.
You know what a bunny hug is?
Is that a
Come
hoodie?
again.
Jesus.
Oh, what?
Is that a hood? What's
You
a bunny?
Westerners.
See, I just thought Chalmers was like, no, man, the bunny hugs are called come agains. But only me and Chalmers know. But you were actually saying come again.
Yeah.
See, now I'm scared because you checked me earlier, so now I'm going to
So,
agree with
but
whatever
am I-
you say.
But am
'cause
I
that's how
right? Is it a
dynamic
hoodie
works.
with
It's a hoodie.
with a pack?
No,
With a
well, yeah, a hoodie. A hoodie's a bunny,
bunny
hug.
hug. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
It's an
cute.
adorable culture.
That's hey,
Oh my
that's a Saskatchewanism that's just I hope never dies with U17 or U18.
Sorry, I didn't mean
It's
to
very
snap.
cute.
I'm just a little on edge.
I understand. You're in charge too. That's why I look to you. You know that I was reading a thing that if there's a group of people and someone tells a joke, you can tell who's like paying attention to the person because they'll stare at the person immediately when they tell a joke to see if one person laughs.
Oh yeah.
So if you watch someone in a room, be like, "Hey, here's a quick joke." Chalmers, you liked it? Yeah, okay. That's
They're looking for that immediate gratification.
gotta
so
get
you
it.
can see who's in charge of the room by who everybody looks at when they tell a joke. Ooh, Chalmers, it's you.
I didn't know. Oh, thank you.
I can't see you behind this screen, but
Hi.
hey. We talked about TV shows. You know it's coming up soon.
Oilers hockey.
Canadian Big Brother should be coming up soon,
Canada.
right?
It's superhero themed.
I watch it.
This is not a podcast for Canadian Big
Yeah, are
Brother.
we excited about this?
I like
We're a
Canadian Big
U.S.
Brother.
Big Brother, are we not?
I watched all flavors.
Are we getting into Canadian Big Brother?
I was
I think
really
you
into it
got it.
last season.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think you got to give it another go because it's been a few years since you've last sampled.
I think it's better than the American one.
Yes, I
Really?
do. Yeah, it's not as prohibitive. It's
I
not
have
as
no problem
exploitative.
saying
Yeah. Smart.
Hot take to myself.
Wow.
It is, man. It
Production
is.
is-
You relate.
It must be
you
nice
relate
just to have
them more.
access to all the buttons to give anything you say the hot take afflection.
Download a soundboard, hook it up via Bluetooth, and you could be doing this as well.
I'll make your Yaremchuk do it and have a second soundboard. Overrule your first soundboard to the second soundboard and make a second joke.
Yeah, I need
Canadian
that.
Big Brother's cool because it's not as exploitative as American Big Brother. American Big Brother, poor old Mickey last year, he's still posting "I'm sorry" on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, you know what?
Oh,
I
is he
never
really?
did follow. I never did follow the fallout of all that.
I forgot that
Like
it
a
happened.
day
to be honest.
later,
But
man.
his life is still torched, man. I unfollow people at the end of the Big Brother season when the new one starts.
Right.
So I'll go and look. Like I followed JC all the whole summer, watch his whole career unfold under my careful watch, and then deleted him the starting night of BB20.
Right.
So there is going to be a whole new summer of excitement. It's going to be good. You should watch it.
So who's
JC.
Oh, wow. I'm excited for the American Big Brother.
Well, American Big Brother is nice because it dovetails nicely with the NHL season.
Yeah.
It gives you something to watch all summer. But
Canadian Big Brother's it's like a warm-up game.
Yeah.
Preseason.
It's a silly season.
It just seemed like they were trying really, really hard to make the house like super crazy and like
Last
wacky.
summer?
Yeah,
Or last spring?
Like the
Yeah,
big
man.
fucking eye door, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like just
All them crazy celebrity
was a
romances
s-
they're trying to broker prior to the show starting.
Yeah.
It was
You
a
know?
spaceship 2 years ago.
was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God.
This year, though, the Canadian one is superhero themed.
Do they have like licenses from Marvel and all that?
Good
or-
God, no. It'll be Steel Man instead of Iron Man, Supra-Man instead of Superman.
Oh, jeez.
Never seen Supra-Man?
drives
Love
a
Superman.
Toyota?
He drives a Supra. Big decal on the side.
Big time.
Speaking of things dovetailing nicely with hockey season, let's dovetail this podcast nicely with hockey season.
So you just segued
You segued
using
it,
dovetail? Yeah. So yeah.
I thought you were going to say, you know what else is on TV? The Oilers.
Yeah.
That would have been a better segue.
That deserves a hot take button. There you go.
Is that a hot take? Is that it?
I think so.
We have not
No.
done a podcast since a lot of things happened.
Like what?
Kassian kicked a guy and got 7 games. You
can't do that.
Can't
no,
kick people.
don't kick people. Ever since you were 4 years old, you knew that when you put blades on your skate, you don't kick somebody with them.
I know.
Well, I thought the interesting thing about the Kassian kick was that there were so many Oilers, and I get it, like you're an Oilers fan and you want to defend the Oilers, but like he didn't even do anything wrong. Like we did Oilers Nation Radio on Friday, and our boy Rick was like, "Oh, he was just trying to push him off, just a little push," and we're like, "No, man, he kicked him."
No, he
I
kicked
love
him.
Rick.
His face doesn't even change as he kick. Usually when you go to kick, you like kind of furrow your brow and you like, you know,
Kick
you
face.
kick, right? You get kick face.
It's
He
gotta-
didn't get kick face. The two things going for him is he didn't get kick face and Chernick didn't act like he got kicked.
Chernick
But that
did
was
a
a fucking
huge
kick.
solid, making it look like
Yeah.
nothing happened. Like, so here's the thing, and whatever, blasphemy, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Cassian needs to chill.
Well,
He needs a little bit of
you
chill,
don't
for sure.
kick in hockey. That is
No.
documented.
You don't
But I'm
cry in
also-
baseball,
but I'm
and you don't
also-
kick in hockey.
But I'm also not
Tom Hanks said
surprised
that.
Kassian did that, given the circumstance he was in. Right, like he was just trying to break free. And granted, his leg was already released, and he did it. He shouldn't have done it. But I can see why Kassian did it, knowing that was Kassian in that position.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
It's
also
just
I think
it's so hard.
No, you don't
because
do it.
There's a lot of people that I know that like everybody kind of respects the guy, right? Like he's just an old school hockey player. He like he flies off the handle, but he's like still respected.
It's
Wouldn't
you got to be crazy to be Sam
Yeah.
Gagne and be sitting there at night on a cold night and your jaw hurts because that thing that happened to you. Then you look 2 stalls over and all the Oilers fans are like, "Hey, leave Cassie alone. He just kicked a guy in the stomach. When's the last time he did something wrong?" And like you can't eat steaks and shit. And you're like, "I know when the last time he did something
know.
wrong was." Damn Oilers fans are taking Cassie inside.
Did you think 7 was too much? Too
I
little?
thought it was the exact right number. As an Oilers fan, I was hoping for 5, and the Department of Player Safety is a joke, so 5 was definitely a realistic expectation.
But when they called for him to come in person, doesn't that mean 6+ is just the minimum?
It can go that high.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it could have, whatever. Somebody talked to him.
For the people though who were like rest of the season 20+, like Zach
Tried to
Lang,
kill somebody.
Zach Lang was like, that's worse than what Chris Simon did when he stomped on Yarko Rutu's ankle, and it was like, well, like let's peel her back.
Who said-
The
just a
stomping
said
is
that?
malicious.
Who said that?
Zach Lang, one of our
Zach
chaps.
Lang.
What, guy from our-
me and
your-
me and him
okay,
really
never mind.
disagreed on it. Like Kassian was
Bring him
kicking
down.
upwards, could get close to the neck area, all that, but there was no malicious intent. Kassian wasn't like, I'm gonna hurt this motherfucker. He was trying to tell him to fuck off, right?
Yeah, like exactly. Like it wasn't a malicious act at all. It was just he's trying to shake the guy loose and he went too far.
You've seen when he gets fucking I'm going crazy face, and that wasn't I'm going
Yeah.
crazy face. That was I am trying to get out of this. But you did the only thing when you're like 5 years old and you're fighting with your older brother and he's holding you down and you start kicking like a madman. You can't. You're not 5 years old. You're a fucking NHL hockey player with skates on.
Did that happen to you, Chalmers?
A bunch.
You kick a
bunch
bunch
of times.
Kick a bunch of- you kick Dean and
Yeah, well,
he's
it was
listening right now. He's probably one of 3 people I actually know is listening.
He's not. He actually didn't beat me down very much because he's
Call
too
him
much
up.
older.
well, he was
than me.
too old. Yeah, it would have been
a
like
20-year-old
it would have been a
beating a
crime.
6-year-old. Yeah, it would be a
Exactly.
crime.
He'd moved out of the house by the time I knew what the hell's
He had
going
a
on.
mustache.
For the record, Chalmers' older brother is way older than him.
Oh yeah, like 12
Hey,
years
Dean,
older.
you old fuck.
Yeah. He's like 50, 51 or some shit.
I know, is that crazy? He's old. The dude's old. Wild.
Good guy though. Great
Yeah, he
guy.
celebrated
Hell
his
of a
50th
pilot.
birthday.
Used to
in
kick Chalmers. I'm
He's
down with it.
yeah, great
that's
guy.
all right.
So speaking about malicious actions, though, that just that Chernick kick happened right in front of a ref and there was no call, which is fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Speaking about something that was actually malicious in terms of its intent that happened right in front of a ref was Svechnikov on fucking
slashing,
betting.
yeah, betting in the face.
Like trying to fucking take off his head right in front of the ref. Nothing.
And there's a lot of problems with that. Obviously, you can't slash a guy in the fucking face, but and it's also Matt Benning, who is really having some tough luck with concussions and things this year. Just all around ugly. Again, I don't know what's going on with the refs this year, or even the Department of Player Safety. It's just so inconsistent.
Well, what's going on right now with the amount of just weird shit happening? Like Chara basically feeding a hockey stick to who was that?
Gallagher's net.
$5,000 fine.
And then Gallagher getting in a arguing match with
What
that
about poor
ref?
Jay Bouwmeester? Jesus.
Oh, that was
that's
we're talking
tough
about
to see, man.
That's a local guy, yeah.
Jesus.
We were talking about this upstairs. Probably the end of his career, and if it is, man, one of the best players to come out of Edmonton and make it to the NHL.
Ever.
And he's retiring with a ring on his finger, which is great to see, because you would have sucked for a guy like that for his career to end without a ring in those circumstances. Would have been hard to watch, but he got the ring last year, so you feel a little bit better about it.
It'd be pretty tough to insure him, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were talking last week about Nurse compared to him with Struds? He was one of the guys that he brought up. 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Your last show.
My last show.
Time doesn't stop when you don't
No,
come
it
here
sure
because you're
doesn't.
busy.
I know.
It actually did. We didn't really do much last week. We
I felt
said, where's
horrible for
Chalmers
him.
about 5 times, but whatever.
You don't care when I don't come.
Chalmers, I do. I always say, wish Chalmers was here. He'd tell me to shut up.
Yeah,
Listen,
actually-
last Tuesday, I was fresh off of a 40th weekend birthday, and snow was flying. You guys got to come here anyways. I don't have to come downtown unless I'm coming here. And that was just not a day. I was still shaking from my birthday fucking weekend.
And you're shaking the butts too.
Shaking the butts.
Shaking the butts.
shaking the butts. How's that going?
So it's going really well. I decided that on my 40th birthday, I was going to stop smoking before my kids got too old to realize what I was doing.
Or buy you darts.
Or
I'll tell you one thing. Chalmers, when he was 39 years of age and 39 and 364 days old, that guy was a smoker.
So I said to everybody on the trip, I said, listen, I'm stopping smoking on Sunday.
How many darts were you pack a day?
So no. So a pack has 25. I would probably have around 12 to 14 a day. On a heavy day, it'd be 16. Light day, maybe 10. But I've been doing that, and I'd thought about cutting back, and it just wasn't happening, and so I was like, you know what, fuck, man, I'm not smoking when I am 40 years old. Day I turn 40, no more smokes.
What about 41?
Nope.
Good
I'm
for
done
you.
from
Amazing.
now. I'm
If
done.
you just take a year off and get back at it, that's not cool, man.
I've smoked since I was 18. I've smoked since you were 6 months old.
That's crazy.
So was your Yaremchuk.
Yeah, since I was 18
You
years
smoked
old.
that long too?
Pretty much.
I started smoking. So that's 22 years. That's more than half my life.
Hey, maybe there's someone listening right now who also wants to quit smoking.
Well,
and you can get back and forth with them on the socials, support
You can
network.
come tell. So I'm on day 10.
DMs are always open, right?
I'm on. Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm on day 10, and I swear to God, I did it the only way I knew I could do it, and that was cold turkey. I couldn't just cut back because I would have never stopped. I would have just continued to push it back a week, just like I have my fitness regiment. And so what I did was I made everybody that I knew know that this was the day I was doing it.
Yeah.
It was called having people hold me accountable and not wanting to be somebody in their lives that they could look at and be like, he said he was going to do this. This is something that's disgusting and nobody does it anymore. And he couldn't do it. Right.
You should make one of your kids start smoking if you don't stay stopped. That'd really teach you because you want your kids to live.
So,
right?
so
I like this plan.
Yeah, that's how you learn, right?
I'm done not doing
Why is that 3-year-old smoking?
Because I'm smoking.
At 39 years, 364 days, I decided that I was going to have 2 packs of cigarettes and I was finishing them.
Did you end your smoking run at the end of a pack?
I'll tell you exactly how I ended it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
No. So it wasn't
7
I
a.m.
kept-
You were
Wasn't
having
it?
lighter issues, weren't you?
No, I was having
In the-
later.
in the home stretch?
But I left one in my hotel room in a certain spot. So when I got back there, I was going to throw the pack away. And then when I got back there, I was going to smoke that last one, go to bed. So I smoked we went skiing, and I'm telling you, I had 3 on every chairlift. I would have one. I was lighting them off the other ones. I was
Generation X.
skiing down the hill with one in my mouth. I was fucking going hard.
Underwater in a hot tub with one?
Oh yeah. Oh,
In a tube?
so in the hot tub, I had to get out, light it with the lighter, and then sit there. So I just lit one after another, And it was disgusting, and it was so much fun. So I got a good amount in me.
Yaremchuk's face.
It was awesome.
man.
So I got
awesome. You
back.
don't get it,
Smoking is so
Yaremchuk.
fucking
So
sick.
I was like, I was very buckled on Saturday night, and I got back to my room, and nobody had shoveled the patio in our room, like the deck. So it was like Pet Town snow, and it just wasn't great for somebody who'd had a couple too many. And I got out there with it, and I lit it, and immediately slipped and fell on my back, and I just sat there.
Oh,
And I was
that's
like-
right. I heard about this.
So, and I was shivering, and I was shaking, and I
You were
was
stuck.
freezing. I couldn't get up. I was
Yeah.
because of this. Because
I was told that if
So-
if your wife didn't come to your aid, you were there for
no,
good.
that's
last
bullshit.
cigarette killed you?
No. Because
I
the
was told like it was like frozen animation.
Anybody that smokes cigarettes knows the moment where they know they've had one too many is when the whole, like, they have that 2 drags of cigarette, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, everything's shutting down here, and like, this is getting real dizzy, and this is getting real weird.
Everything's shutting down.
And it's just like, so that happened, and like, I sitting there, and my wife came out. She goes, "Are you gonna come to bed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I sure am." And I slowly,
forever.
I just didn't want to put my hands in the snow. I wanted to enjoy this one. You know what? It didn't go perfect. I'm not gonna lie. But
I think it's kinda
woke
good
up-
that it ended like that.
So I woke up in the morning, and my wife's like, "You know what? Like, it's your 40th birthday today. Fuck it. We're on the mountains. Just smoke." And I said, "No,
Does your wife smoke?
no. She no, not for a long time."
Was your
10 days.
first cigarette like that too? Can you remember? Like, did you start smoking sitting on a patio? 'Cause you were
Frozen in a snowbank?
You're like, fuck it, I'm going to start it up.
No, probably. I don't know.
Remember that commercial with the guy who was like, I remember my first cigarette in this bar.
Yeah.
Felt so dizzy, I almost threw up. I swear it played like 8 times.
Oh,
every
and that's the
Oilers
guy who was
game.
having his last one in that bar.
Yeah. and
It's
he-
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Nicorette ad.
So I had my last one in Panorama on the patio, and then I
Oh,
came home.
Panorama. That's a great
Oh,
spot.
it's the best place.
Magic.
So then I came. I didn't smoke all day Sunday while we were out there, which was weird and hard. And then Monday I was hungover in the car all day. So
That's got to be a tough one.
I didn't want one.
No?
No, I'm not a big smoker when I'm hung.
Just not in a car.
Yeah, well, no. But I was in the backseat of somebody else's
I
car.
read you.
In the 10-day since, if you had like any like gnarly
Yeah.
nicotine dreams or anything like that?
The dreams. Yeah, I had one
Nicotine
actually.
dreams. What's that?
I don't know. I just made up a term. I
No,
felt
no,
like
no.
It sounds
I've-
good.
yeah, I'm having. Do you know when you have confusing sleeps? Like you kind of toss and turn, and you're like trying to solve a puzzle in your dreams.
Yeah,
but
oh, yeah.
It's never. It's like unsolvable.
Yeah.
I've had a couple too many of those this week. I'm having way more energy, so it's harder to get to bed.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
man. I have lots of energy to begin with. Like, and
You're very bubbly.
yes, I can go till the wee hours, and it's hard. Yeah, it's just I'm finding myself with a lot more energy.
I remember
Maybe
one
you,
time.
maybe you can start working out.
Well, I did. So I treated myself to a quitting smoking present. And this is the other thing I did. Okay, 2 things to keep myself accountable was, number one, I told everybody. If one of my friends sees me smoking, I will feel like a fucking loser. I'll feel like a complete failure. And I cannot do that. And I do not want to lie to people because I'm not a liar and I'm not a cheater.
Chummer though.
I knew you were going to say
God
that.
fucking-
But anyways, okay, we won't bring it up. Number 2 was I wanted to buy that's a big haul of money. If you think about a pack every 2 days or a pack every 1.8 days,
How much is a pack of darts these days?
$19.10.
Good God.
Oh,
$19. And how many packs were you smoking a week?
I was smoking 19 a
Chalmers,
month.
jump to the end. He's doing the
19
math for
packs a
you.
month?
Tell him the
Yeah,
math.
it was about
Chalmers.
100. It was about 360.
Times 52.
340.
You spent roughly $18,000 a year on cigarettes.
No, that's
Wait,
not right.
$19 a pack times 19 packs a week.
No, a month. Sorry, a month.
Wow,
Times
19
12.
packs
A week is a
400
gross.
grand on darts.
Yeah, no.
$4,332
Yes.
on darts.
Yes. So what I did was I've been dying to get back to health. Obviously, I've stopped smoking. I don't drink Red Bulls anymore, and I'm So I went and bought myself a present.
is it a 2001 Cavalier? 'Cause
is
that's what you can
not.
buy with $4,000.
No, I went and bought myself a Peloton so I could ride a bike
Now,
in my basement.
I just wonder about
With the TV.
with the TV. My wife also wanted one, so it's kind of like a present for both of us.
So you get so it counts as a present to her as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a double winner.
It is a double winner.
Don't you have to buy a subscription with those as well?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
$50 a month. But if you think about going to the gym, if you have a rec center
about
pass, it's like $52 a month. If you go
For way more than just a bike in your basement.
you also have to go there. I don't exactly have. My wife works in the
Convenience.
morning. I have the kids in the morning. The only time I like to work out is in the morning because at night I have I have work to do. Like I have office stuff to do, and I can't just stop it to take 2.5 hours or 2 hours to like do a workout and stretch.
It takes you 2 hours workout?
No, well, I mean, if you're chilling out, you know, and you're like do the workout, and then you have a little stretch, and maybe you want to do more than just.
I kind of feel like quitting smoking and buying a Peloton's like quitting karate lessons and buying a guitar. Like, are you really going to do the new thing that you've gotten involved? Like, fuck that! I stole my karate costume, picked up a guitar, I'm all in on that.
So the community of my friends that have these bikes is growing.
Okay.
By the day.
Our group chat is obnoxious.
It is obnoxious, but it's a competition thing.
So much so, the Peloton is now called the Ton.
The Ton, the TON.
We don't have time.
Start smoking again. I'm sick of this.
I'm gonna smoke just to.
This reminds me when
we don't have to talk about
the
this
Yaremchuk.
anymore.
This reminds me when
This is what's up.
Bowflex has caught on with the boys, and they're all
Seriously?
like, "Oh shit,
So I
man!"
smoked this.
We
thing
only
now,
knew one
Yaremchuk.
guy that bought a Bowflex, and then you bought it from.
Yeah, well, then gave it away and never got paid.
This right here is a nicotine inhaler, and what it does is it supplies you with 2 milligrams of nicotine per breath.
Rectally?
Yeah, I can put it in my butt if I
Rectal
want. but I
breaths?
don't want
That'll
to.
wreck your.
Inward breathing.
And you would be shocked at how expensive these fucking things are.
How many
According
rips
to
you
your
get off it?
Yaremchuk, it's
How many
like
rips?
400 grams per pack of dirt.
So what's funny about them is they don't tell you how many. They say 20 minutes of constant inhaling. So you like have to go, okay, there's 3 seconds. Oh, there's 4 more. Like, well, how am I supposed to add all this shit up? How do I know what
Just
it's
get a
like?
vape then.
No. I don't want anything else going in me.
You get the popcorn lung? No way, man.
The popcorn lung
I thought
is
it was
right.
honeycomb lung.
Wow.
Whatever. Whichever cereal you like.
Exactly. I'm a Honey Nut Cheerios lung guy.
If you are quitting smoking or you want to quit smoking, reach out to me. Let's do this together. I quit Red Bulls. I can do this too. I can help you. I guarantee I can.
Here's why this was a
and
poor
then also
decision.
buy a Peloton, and then
Question.
you guys.
No,
can,
you don't have to do that.
You guys could ride together.
Well, fucking right.
Have you
the
gotten
beauty of
drunk
it.
since?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's been a week. There's
No
been a-
temptation
Has
to.
there been a day? I'm just kidding.
No temptation for a drunken dart?
No. So okay. So here, when my wife goes to bed, I like to go into the garage and kind of tinker, do some stuff. You know, organize my truck up. I use my truck a lot. I like my stuff organized, so I spend some time out there. And I would always smoke cigarettes. And like we're talking, if I'm out there for an hour, maybe 3 or 4, right? So I've
Packs.
been kind of avoiding. Yeah, I've been avoiding.
So cool.
I've been avoiding the garage.
He's our leader.
Ever since. I've been avoiding the garage.
Oh, it's an enabler.
because- so my wife's like, "Can you go fill my tire with air and put windshield washer fluid?" I'm like, "You fucking
Back
don't
to
you
enable me,
don't
would've.
you dare!" So I was like, "I can't." And all I could think about was, "Yeah, this is gonna suck." So on Saturday night, I had a couple, and my family had gone to bed, and I said, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna listen to a podcast, I'm gonna take my inhaler, I'm gonna sit out there for just like an hour and a half, hour, do some stuff, and I did it.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so I didn't have one.
All right.
Not to mention I don't have any, so I would have to get in my truck, go to the store. It's just too much.
Skip the dishes.
Here's a dovetail into a dovetail. Chalmers is showing the same adversity right now that the Oilers are.
I thought
Because
you
they
were
are
gonna-
quitting smoking.
I thought you were going to say Chalmers is showing a lot of strength, like a machine from Japa might.
Ooh.
How about that? Hey, they got a ton going on. We're going down to Vegas next week, and so is Japa as well. They got a ton going on. They're heading down. I need the name of the convention, so you're gonna have to give me a second. But they got a whole bunch of new stuff coming in the 2020 year. I was chatting with them the other day. They are going March 10th to 14th for 2020 Con Expo. They'll be hanging out at the XCMG booth, showing off some of their new products they'll be launching in the spring.
Spring?
Sorry, I had a burp and I held it in like a professional. So yeah, if you're going down to Con Expo, if you're in Vegas from the 10th to the 14th, you can go say hi to Japa, XC470s, all that stuff.
And if you
36
want the
47 ton.
561D, they'll help you out.
I want Japa to bring me out so I can drive equipment.
Man, it's fun.
If you guys do that,
And they
again
have
this
an
year, I
amazing
think I've
golf
earned
simulator
it.
in their cool offs.
They do. And I got delicious refreshments as well as I was golfing.
You can also
On the
visit my
simulator.
old Bowflex out there because that's where it is.
Oh, that's where it is.
Yeah.
Let's get a pump in.
Next time I have vacation days to burn at my other job, I'm going to take them and just spend the days at Japa.
Yeah, go
You-
crush some barrels.
you
or something.
gave me
You'd
crap for having a
be
Peloton, but
impressed
you had
though
a
with the
Bowflex?
size of the operation out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're also going to be priming the market in Vegas for them next week when
Yes.
the Nation Vacation is there. And we'll
Oh.
be recording some form of Japa-sponsored podcast there, I believe.
So there's
Yeah.
some listeners going, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Not if the authorities ask though.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. At the border, we're not bringing podcast equipment down.
We are not recording podcasts in the United States of America.
We are definitely not doing that.
No.
Nope. To all of our U.S. listeners or border guards listening.
Are you guys going to do a drunky episode of there? And
No,
I'm not-
it'll be a sober episode. I was thinking, here's what I was thinking.
I want to phone in.
I'll be sober at
I'll
least because I
phone
have
in
to produce
drunk.
and host it. Because Wanya, you're not coming. Chalmers isn't coming.
Nope.
But Jay's coming?
Yeah.
Bagnook's coming?
Yes.
That's a
three of us.
quorum. That's a quorum.
3 of us.
We're
I
gonna
was-
merge the podcast.
Yeah, plus the ON.
Oh, you want to
radio
merge
plus.
them?
Yeah.
I was going to say 2 quick hits, like a 30-minute real life and a 30-minute ONR.
Yeah.
How come you're not going?
I was thinking maybe we should get a listener involved.
Like Sir Mayor Brett?
We should. Well, no.
He was the winner, right? He was the Oodle Noodle winner.
He was the
originally the
little.
winner.
He was the little winner, and he is fucking excited. He
Stoked.
gave me the 7-day countdown post last
He's
night.
been
I
making
love it.
photoshops like crazy
Oh, it's
for this
great.
Vegas trip.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Him being so excited is going to make me so excited.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be exciting.
I've got to do some brushing up on my craps rules before we go.
I don't know how to play craps.
been a
I
minute
can't wait
since
to
I
play
played.
crap. It's just basic. We'll play a basic
Hey,
system.
you know what I have? I
gonna
have a
work.
sheet in my wallet that
Your
has all the
system?
rules. It's one of those little cards. It has all the rules to craps.
I'm going
All
to
the system.
download a craps app and play craps on my phone on the way down, so I really get a handle.
That's what I'm
on it.
going to do
That's,
too.
that's
that's a
exactly
good-
what you
yeah.
do.
You know what
Smart.
craps apps are called? Craps. You might want to look that up.
With 2 P's.
Look it up on Bing.
So we're gonna find out if he's a field guy or not.
Field pace.
I'm not a field
pace.
guy.
Bing.
I like.
We talked about this with Struds. Don't.
The field pace.
Field pace. Oh no, he's not betting against
Oh,
the team.
sorry. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
Field's just it's fine.
Sorry.
I prefer better chances at winning small amounts of money.
So then
Like
you're
I'd
gonna be a
rather
field guy.
like let's just say I
He's
had
a
20 bucks
grinder.
down and you were like, yeah, I'm a grinder. If I put 20 bucks down, you're like, all right, 60% chance that 20 turns into 40, or I know that numbers are off, or a 10% chance that 20 turns into 100. I take the
Remember the doc system for roulette?
Yeah,
you should teach them the doc system.
I'll give you a system if you want to win. I think it's a 60%
Yeah.
chance at winning
Double your bet.
double your money.
you do. Is it the
It's
whole?
a single outcome though. You can only do it
and
once.
a doctor taught us this, so it's real.
Yeah.
Is it the one where you go put like, let's say you have $40, you do 20 bucks on second 12, 20 bucks on third 12, and you do it twice?
Yeah. No, do it once.
Oh, and then you just turn 40 into
20
Yeah, I
into
guess.
4. Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it pays 2 to 1.
Yeah.
So you turn 4.
40
oh sorry,
40
you,
to
you
60.
win half your money.
Yeah. But if you do it twice, you just do that twice, double your money, and get the hell
Then
out.
you
of it.
go drink,
But then
then you
your
come
odds
back an hour
shrink
later. Yeah.
dramatically though. It's not 60% chance.
You only play
second
once an
result.
hour, basically.
So if
Like
you want a
go
60% chance at winning half your money, that's
do
the
that.
bet. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do it and you go straight to the Taco Bell cantina.
Oh, I'm so excited. Rick and I were planning out a food tour,
Oh.
like Taco Bell Cantina, Shake Shack. I'm gonna be hitting up PF Chang's for lunch.
Oh, I'm definitely hitting up
Mongolian
PF Chang's.
beef. Can you bring me some back?
I'm a little bit
Mail me
stressed
some.
about the trip, though.
Oh, do tell.
Well, one, coronavirus worries me. But
Oh my
I mean,
God.
that shouldn't be an issue. That's just
The
me
only
being insane.
coronavirus you need to worry about in Vegas is have too many coronas, Chalmers.
Yeah, you know.
And I have a lot. We're only there for 3 days, but I need to do like 2 pregame podcasts. If we're doing these other podcasts,
That's
I got to
true.
crush
but they're
these
all
out there.
they're all going to be like it's going to be 1 hour of your time. Maybe an hour and
know.
20 because you have to
I
produce it.
know.
It's going to be
Yeah, but you're gonna be hung. Is it in the morning?
He's always hot.
Right?
Hi-yo.
Just give us the old thumbs up.
wow, especially when you hit the fucking hot take button. Wow, Jesus. Oh god, here we go.
So I'm a little bit stressed that I won't have time to
You're the
have as
only
much
one I
fun
know
as
that could be
want.
stressed out about a Vegas trip.
Yep.
Are you going to go see Brittany?
Oh, I'd love to.
There's last minute show deals. You can get some sick ass deals on residency.
We won't have time though.
I was trying to convince people to go to Celine
matinee?
Dion.
You
with
won't
me
have
last
time, and you don't have money.
Oh, maybe a matinee on the Guess the Game day, but that's so
Oh,
like
matinee
anyone.
Brittany before game. That's
So the
sweet.
the big thing we got to do here, anyone who is listening, who is going down to that game,
Yeah.
outside of obviously people that are already on our trip, we're hosting a viewing party at the PBR bar in Planet Hollywood.
And we
Yes.
have drink specials there, right?
We've got drink specials. I believe there's a mechanical bull.
You bet there is.
I'm not allowed.
Anyone who is coming with us,
who
we're making
says?
sure you sign a thick ass waiver.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to film some fucking fun shit on that bull.
Who says you're not allowed?
I'm
You're
under
on
18, so I'd need a guardian to sign it.
I'll sign it for you. No problem.
Yeah, I'll gladly sign it for you.
Proving once and for all you're his daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Vegas will be a lot of fun. The Oilers will be
Sounds
playing
stressful though.
there. Yeah, I am. I honestly am like a little stressed, but whatever. I'm also stressed because of my gambling problem. It gets bad when I drink. So I'm starting to come up with like
No
ways
problem.
to make
You
sure
have a
I
gambling
You know
problem?
what? Stick with us. Well, there's 2 things we're gonna do for sure. We're gonna go probably find. Well, we're gonna find a hopefully a lowish stakes craps table
Okay.
because you do have to deploy some capital on a craps table. You just
Yeah, yeah, I
can't
know.
bet. You're just betting on one thing. Ugh, it's
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
kind of You got to build your fucking forage.
Takes
team.
money to make money in craps.
My biggest fear, and this is something I'm not good at when I go to casinos here, is I'll go down whatever the unit is, $100, and I'll be like, I was only supposed to lose 100. I'm like, fuck it, I can win that back.
You
man.
can if you just go get more money.
I know, but I don't want to be like constantly going to the ATM and then be like,
No.
shit, I lost $2,000 on this fucking trip.
Well, don't lose $2,000. That's aggressive. I
Win
won't let you do
$2,000.
that. If you're with me, I will not let you lose $2,000. But be prepared to like.
Jay wanders though, so he won't be with you.
That's
Yeah.
true. I will leave you.
Maybe you should think about winning $2,000. Maybe go down there thinking about
Well,
winning.
That's the only way to do it. But be prepared to spend a
Negative
few
attitude
$100.
going
Like
the other reason I'm stressed is because my girlfriend said if I don't come back with money for a down payment, we're done. The marriage is off.
See, I think
You
you
got
go
the-
down there and you bring your extra big wallet.
So what
down.
you do is when she's sleeping, you take the engagement ring you gave her, take it back to the shop, switch it for a zirconium, take that cash, down payment. It's like nothing
A
ever
down
happened.
payment on what? What does she expect you to be winning?
A lawnmower. What do you think?
Well, a house. Who the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Well, my
Chalmers-
brother-in-law
Buddy.
won a fucking
Chalmers, it was a joke.
Yeah, I know, but shit. I think there's some truth to it.
Let's go into some high roller tables to get a down payment
Yeah.
on
A
a
little
house.
bit of a truth.
Sorry, then the
Little bit
second
of
thing we're going to do is we got to go to Fremont Street.
Oh, got it.
So if you go to Fremont Street, the limits are like $1.
you can-
so
you
you're
can eat
fine.
a hot
You can't
dog
lose.
for a
You can't
buck.
lose enough money on
Anything
Fremont Street.
free pour down there.
Yeah,
and
a
it's the
casino
best.
that can't even keep track of having pit bosses have a full grill of teeth are going to be able to keep track of you not winning at like
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Come on,
Good point.
fucking.
I was thinking of only playing slots so that I have some hope of hitting it.
So well, but
kidding,
for that
I'm
exact
kidding.
analogy,
I'm
but
kidding.
you know what though, the slots are good. Is we can
Yeah.
form maybe a 5-person Windicate. We each put in $20 into a slot,
Love a Windicate.
pump it in for 100 because if it does, it's that low
Yeah,
percentage.
yeah.
But if it hits,
Yeah.
that 100 could be 1,000.
Remember
Yeah.
when you
And
won
we're
in Moose
fucking
Jaw at the
rolling.
casino and you phoned me from underneath a car?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, see, that's because of a Windicate.
Windicate.
He's getting chased.
Yaremchuk, we can also float behind old ladies as well. Let them sink their money in, and as soon as they get up, we're in.
Sink it in the old
I don't mind
ladies.
that.
Let them
Strat,
pry
right?
the machine.
If I can sink it in a few old ladies on this trip.
You're Yaremchuk, you're getting married.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, I guess that's enough Vegas talk.
Yep, probably enough.
How are the Oilers going to look when they're in Vegas?
Not healthy.
No.
I'm actually now very optimistic that Connor will be playing.
Oh, without a doubt,
I think so.
He's back
I
in
never had
Edmonton,
any doubts.
or he will be back.
he's back. He's
flying back
he's,
today.
He's
Yeah.
back in town right now.
Where did they keep him? Like, what's he doing out in Toronto?
He
couldn't have
was
done-
sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber for 5
Absolutely.
But he
minutes.
has one here. Couldn't he done one here? No.
I don't think he has one here.
But he's also got like his team. Obviously, I think this is my guess. If you watch the documentary, like all his brain trust of his body is in Toronto.
Yeah, true.
And you
Yeah.
want to hang out with Cam.
That's a late game, too, in Vegas, eh?
Cam
But
can
now
be
when you're
brought out
there-
here on a moment's notice.
8:30.
At 7:30 for us.
Cam is available if Connor needs Cam in Edmonton.
He
Believe me.
always
Yeah.
needs Cam.
So yeah, the Oilers are going to be banged up. The Clefbaum news today sucked.
Yeah, that's
Really
so.
sucks.
Do you know what happened? Like what incident was it?
He's been taking a lot of maintenance days over the last few weeks, and I think it just got to a point where they looked at his shoulder and were just like, "Fuck, you're not going to make it through the playoffs, man."
On Sunday against Carolina, also he took a sizable hit in the corner. Obviously, he finished the game, but it kind of looked like one of those ones where you go, "Oh," because he kind of went in at a weird angle. But he still played 30 minutes on Sunday,
Yeah.
so I was surprised by that.
I guarantee you, if if tomorrow night against Boston was a must-win hockey game, he'd be playing.
Yeah.
How much fun was it for this weekend to have back-to-back 2 p.m. games?
Oh, the best.
Did we
Yeah.
like that? Because
I
I
love
liked
it.
it.
Actually,
love a matinee.
I never thought I was a matinee guy. I fucking love matinees.
big
No, because we're
I
I tried
terrible
to
at
tell you this
matinees.
earlier in the year. No, we're great in matinees.
Of
Yeah.
late.
This year,
bigger data set.
money.
We are
even
running
lost.
the table.
DOD like the whole time. It's been hard to like matinees because they never historically.
Yeah.
Oh, of
well,
course.
that was also
But they
hard to
were-
like any game ever during the DOD.
yeah, that's true.
My
That's
kids' hockey just happened to be at perfect time so that I could watch both games.
true. Yeah.
Man, and I loved it. I loved the fact that the middle of the day we're at first round.
Yeah.
Have it,
Proud new
with the
sponsor
kids.
of the nation.
Is
Really?
it really?
Otherwise, we'd have bleeped it.
Oh wow, that place was awesome. They let me have my kids there. They
Yeah.
treated my kids right.
Did you go there because of the ad on the Nation?
We haven't
I
actually
went there
launched a
because
campaign
Jay
yet.
As
because
a
Jared
test.
told me to go. there.
Exactly. And why did I tell you to go there? Because they're a partner of the nation.
Yeah,
Are they,
Yeah, it already
going to
works.
be hopping on podcasts? Are they podcast sponsor or just Nation Network sponsor?
I did put them in the mailbag yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, I think
There's a
we'll
freebie.
sprinkle them around. Like they want us to have some events there and
Great
talk
de-
about their specials and,
well,
and
great
host
deals.
a
Are
couple
those
game day
are
stuff.
those the game day deals that they had that
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
So that wasn't just like a happy hour
I
because it was
think
2
that was
p.m.
I
on
think that was a
Sunday?
game day deal. I could be wrong.
Those were great.
They also
deals.
do a 3-star happy hour.
Now,
like
Jay, related but unrelated, we have a bar opening in May, and I don't want to hear no bullshit about you have to pay for ads on the Real Life podcast or the Nation Network for that matter.
I'm conflicted.
Well, I'll end that confliction for you. It's going to be fucking 3 o'clock anytime we want to talk about that.
We also
shit.
had a podcast where we didn't talk about Oodle Noodle for 2 years.
I was gonna say, did anybody congratulate you on the toilet girl opening up?
Thank you. I'll quote Meghan Markle.
So
no one asks me that.
So much fun.
It's been busy.
a fucking beautiful store.
It's
Holy
been busy,
shit.
by the way,
Yeah,
as
it
well.
looked-
For social media, like the standpoint, the feedback on that location has been
That
very
area
it's-
was dying for one.
Yeah, it was rocking. Carl got fired up briefly the other day, but
Saw him, he looked good.
Yeah, he's going to be working this week for us. That's
got
going to be
moves.
exciting.
Who?
You know, follow us on at Oodle Noodlegram on.
I do, but I don't.
Carl's our professional dancer.
Carl's got moves.
We bought one of them wacky arm inflatable
I
failing tube guys.
I don't think I've.
And I remember in the whole planning stage of Carl, we're like, oh, let's just get a big one, like 18 feet. And I thought maybe that would be
Carl,
like, but when
okay,
you
fuck.
see it, Carl is fucking tall.
The minute bowl of side minders.
Taco tall.
Taco Tagovailoa.
That's a basketball.
That's Tua Tagovailoa. Never mind.
What the fuck
What
did
are
you just
you?
say?
Taco Fall. Are you talking about the football player or the basketball player?
Yeah.
Basketball
yeah,
player.
yeah. The guy that got dunked over.
Yeah.
Taco tall.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about this dunk contest?
Yes.
It was a real shenanigan.
What happened? Go on.
event. Well, they all agreed. The judges agreed to make it a tie so that they could keep it going because
so
it was going so
political.
well. And then somebody fucked up the last bit of judging and gave it to the wrong guy, which just happened to be a Miami Heat guy.
And it was Dwayne
And
Wade.
It was Dwayne Wade. You could tell by the reaction of the other judges.
And Dwayne Wade is
A Miami Heat alumni.
Alumni. Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
the best player to ever play for the Miami Heat.
not named
LeBron
Chris
James.
Bosh.
Oh, I don't know any of these people. Bag muck. I'm just trying to incite controversy.
Yeah. Basketball.
Basketball.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I've never had Oodle Noodle until yesterday.
Ooh, which
Hey, I'm
location?
giving you gift cards.
No, you
What
haven't.
did you have for your first one?
Which location? The one by your house? West End.
Yeah.
OG one.
I'm giving
Wow,
you
that's
free-
Like
original.
one. That's OG.
What'd you
And
get?
Is that the first one?
In like the second
thought
one.
White-
Is it in
White
like
Hat
the
was the
teal?
first one.
No, yeah, West End the second one. It's the second one.
I
in the
did-
teal building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can see it
I
in
didn't
space.
realize until like a couple weeks ago that it's right on my drive from TSN to Oilers Nation. And then I saw the other day, I was like, holy shit, there's a noodle right there. And I'm always looking for new things to throw into my lunch routine.
Right.
Okay.
So I walked in. It was very nice. I ordered the ginger beef.
And
I thought it was fantastic ginger beef.
You know what? That's a very safe play for your
And
first
you know where
try.
I
That's
ate?
that's the training wheels approach.
I
Yeah.
ate my first ever Oodle Noodle up in the press box at Rogers Place. I snuck it in.
You brought it in. All right, we
all right.
did that.
Yaremchuk, now you get free Oodle Noodle.
So
I'll
I
get
think-
you a gift box.
I think I'm the first person to ever have eaten Oodle Noodle at Rogers Place.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's true. So that West End location for the longest time, there was a trainer there at the time who loved Oodle Noodle. And so he would bring in food for the players in the Rexall days. So Fong, our franchisee and owner of the West End, was feeding the Oilers for years.
Another thing that you don't probably know about is that Connor McDavid also enjoys Oodle Noodle and had a special pipe installed in his house. And whenever he turns on the pipe, then butter chicken comes out. You probably don't know that, Yaremchuk.
No, I
Oh, does
didn't.
it blast to him like those tubes that used to be at Costco?
Yeah. Shoot the money
Is
out.
that the second time we've talked about those tubes in 3 weeks?
I love
Pneumatic
those
tubes.
things.
Chalmers, I'm trying to fake Connor endorsement.
No, that's a great thing.
Well, I had butter chicken for dinner last night just because it was a long weekend Monday and I
You owe it
treated
to
myself
yourself,
right.
yeah.
Well, I do owe it to myself. But the thing, there's a new menu item we launched. I got to get you guys all to try it. We're going to bring the Nation out to Terwilliger here right away, the Nation content team. Deep fried wontons.
I love it.
When we first took over, when we first launched Oodle Noodle as a franchise concept, we had deep fried wontons on the menu and they were bad. I'll admit it, they were bad. And after about 8 months, I was like, we got to take these off the menu. But then we rebooted, found really good wontons, and now these are fucking
What sauce do you guys give
unreal.
with them?
Sweet chili?
Sweet chili?
Yeah, sweet chili.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
love me a deep fried
So I
wonton.
got them yesterday for product testing, and I bought them at a store, and I drove them home to test the delivery factor to see how they would hold.
Good science.
Gotta do my research.
Stay crispy?
So the key is they used to be when in V1 of them they were too crispy.
Too crispy.
You want them to have a little bit of give.
Only on the wonton part, but I like a good crispy.
Yeah, so crispy on like
Around.
on the fringes. Yeah, but in the meat part, it was really crispy V1. Now it's a little bit soft and tender. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Glad you
Try
figured it.
it.
I'm glad you figured it out.
Thanks for the shout out for Terwilliger.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys. It's such a nice location.
You know where the new one's going? There's a new one.
St. Albert?
No.
Damn it.
Close.
Well,
All of
we
them.
have Northwest Landing. We can service St. Albert.
I do know where it is, but I do not
You
remember.
taught me this neighborhood existed back in the day.
I did?
The Hamptons.
Oh, the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Going up the Hamptons.
Hamptons.
the
Which,
Hamptons.
where?
By the Royal Pizza.
By the Royal Pizza.
Will you ever stop?
Yes.
Oh.
That's probably enough.
Will that'll be 14?
Legit, yeah.
That'll be 14.
Maybe they're 15.
You could go north St. Albert.
We got there's 2 more in the north we can do, and maybe 1 more in the south. So we'll just kind of like we don't know. You know, it's an interesting world out there right now. So we'll open these stores and make sure that they open good, and then we'll wait and see.
This is what me and the Squire argue about on Wednesday mornings. We're like, do we even really know how to do anything? And we don't know that we do. And then we're like, do we even really know how to do anything outside of Edmonton? And then we really don't know.
Is that Oodle Noodle morning? Wednesday
Yeah.
morning?
Wednesday morning.
Smart.
Yeah.
We're also giving away a trip to Thailand. Don't forget.
These.
Follow the Nation
Entries there are
accounts.
getting good.
Oh, lots of entries. It's very exciting. AMA has hooked us up with a trip for 2 to Thailand.
All you got to do is retweet the photo or share it on Instagram and tag and follow AMA Travel and Oodle_Noodle on Twitter and Oodle Noodlegram on Instagram, plus the friend that you would like to bring with you. It is a super simple contest that anybody can enter, provided that you are traveling age and have a
Sounds
passport.
like
Maybe
you guys are just trying to get people's info.
Well, Chalmers, maybe what you think is there's too much Oodle Noodle
Shit.
conversation on this hockey podcast, but I can assure you, if you
We
listen to the
haven't
Oodle
talked
Noodle
hockey at
podcast, the Oodle Noodle podcast this week is mostly about the Oilers.
Yeah, we'll have to. How much do we have to build back Oodle Noodle for this episode? That was about 20 minutes of.
You got your
of our
wontons
time.
paid for.
Okay.
Do you want to talk hockey?
Yes, okay. I
Why?
got some hockey notes
Why?
to give you guys.
Shit.
Let's talk the fun one first.
What's the fun
What's
one?
the fun one?
Do you have a fun one?
Well, I don't know. It'll be fun to hear what you guys have to say about it, but I really like what's happened with Dan Carcillo and Paul Bissonnette.
Oh,
Biz
fuck.
nasty.
Let's get through this. And we'll get to that.
Okay, so
you
you
got
guys
another
find
one?
that unfun?
Hold on, your Yaremchuk's got a plan over there.
Carcillo, it was a dirtbag when he played. He was a dirtbag for a while there, and he believed he deserved a second chance, which is fine because I believe in second chances. But now my beef with Carcillo is that he doesn't think anyone else should get a second chance, and
Yeah.
that's my biggest
It's-
fucking
it's
problem.
very-
No, and he's
with Dan Carcillo.
calling out people that, I don't know. Okay, let's not talk about this.
No, that was really fun, Chalmers. Thanks for the. Thanks for the segue.
I just feel like somebody was about, like, I think that in NHL circles, guys were like, just like boiling inside, and somebody was going to blow sooner or later with his bullshit.
We kept poking.
And yeah, and
bullshit?
he kept,
Carcillo or
yeah,
Biz?
Carcillo's bullshit.
I see, yes.
And then he just kept doing this shit. He just kept doing it, and finally, and I think it was the right guy, to be honest with you, did it, and he did it well. But then they talked about it on the podcast, and then they kind of just.
Beef sells records, all this shit's fake.
Yeah, it was the first Spit and Chicklets I had listened to in about 7 months. So they worked. They did well. Good for them.
Every PR team anywhere with any remote social media angle is like, what we need is controversy. That's it.
You know what we
It's the
don't
fucking
need to
playbook,
know
man.
is everything about every fucking person.
I think this was organic.
I believe that the rage is real, but I think that people like controversy in this day and age, and Carcillo's poking the beast hoping to get a reaction.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And Biz likes being able to bitch slap somebody around and whatnot and show a reaction.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be showing screenshots.
He took the high. Yeah, he took the high road.
I don't know if exposing screenshots of conversations with another player is the high road.
No, it was.
They both did stupid shit on both sides.
Yeah, and he admitted he did some stuff, but he did it because Carcillo wasn't letting go and saying everything that Biz was saying was a lie.
But the fact we're talking about it
Yeah,
is
that's fine.
why it's
Well-
worked, right? No, I'm not saying it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, it worked.
I had no plans of talking on this podcast.
People
Yeah,
like
well,
beef.
I didn't either. I just thought hockey beef. When was the last hockey beef?
What was the most controversial thing that's happened on this podcast that people talked about the most in the last 6 months?
Chumgate?
Beef. Right? For sure.
Oh, good call.
For sure.
Chumgate.
When we
that
reveal-
and free at Oilers Nation on Instagram. Everyone, please spam Oilers Instagram. Please, please
Okay, Shakira.
spam. That was good, Charles.
Spam
Please,
Instagram.
please spam Instagram and ask them to free Oilers Nation. I
thought it did.
Chalmers, you wanna talk about-
It did. It worked. Then
we-
they locked us up again.
I'm sick of
We
social
were like
media,
we
Chalmers.
were like DMX. We were out and then we're back in.
Chalmers, advise me. I'm sick to death of social media because it's the only thing I've seen in business where you can try. It's like being fired, I suppose, from a job, and I haven't had a job in a long time. But
Yeah.
I'm not very motivated to go put all this effort into social media because in the last 9 months, we've had Meow Post deleted, Oilers Nation deleted on Insta twice, Canucks Army deleted, Leafs Nation deleted. Google just gave us huge shit about linkings and
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn warning a day from internet tycoons.
I don't understand. I don't understand what you guys are doing wrong. Why don't you just ask them?
Being big.
Well, we're trying, and
Well,
they
there's
don't
part
respond.
of it too. Like we also got to contain our world a little bit as well. Wanye said it before that we put too much effort into something like Instagram, whereas we could be getting page views and shit on the website that's never going to get taken away.
Are you sick of social at the moment, Bag Milk?
It depends. It depends.
But social is like the doorway to the rest of everything, and it's like a really easy way to get people to that doorway.
It's an
Unless you're-
And
extension.
so that's
it's
why
extension.
it's like, yeah, and that's why it's necessary. So I can understand why it's so frustrating to do all this work to maybe get 5% of the people that you reach out to, or just 5% of the people that actually see what you're doing.
Oh, that was all working great.
come
It
to
led
it?
to hundreds of thousands of visits a week and shit. But
Yeah.
when you get deleted,
yeah.
But when you came back, didn't all your followers come back? All your posts?
Yeah, it was still
it
there.
got deleted again.
Yeah, but
and
then
only
it got
one of
deleted
4
again.
accounts got restored.
Right. So, and they have no explanation.
They
So
just don't answer.
They're not answering.
But they just just one day you go there and it's just gone.
Gone.
Locked out. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the most fucked up thing.
You're operating on rented land.
I like that line. It's rented land and you're not there forever.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we're not the landlord. So that's why we play on. We diversify,
Yeah.
and then but we also have to make sure we focus on what our true baby is and
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Oilers Nation on
When's the
TikTok.
last time they
and
deleted
pen
a
pals.
MySpace?
Man, with all the stuff that they need to fix in social media, and you guys are the ones and meow posts are getting deleted.
I think that there are big changes constantly going on to social media because they literally don't know how do you know what you're doing? Who does Zuckerberg call? Earlier Zuckerberg? Nobody. And he's talking in press conferences about how like he is now going to start making decisions to piss a lot of people off to try and, by his imagination, run Facebook better. So he's going to start doing things to run Facebook better. They're going to piss a lot of people off. And I think the rule changes and stuff are just what we're getting hit with. It's not that we've necessarily done anything. But I think you also have to look at like risk reward, right? Like if you write 10 articles for the blog versus 100 tweets, the 10 articles for the blog is probably going to do you much better.
Yeah, it's going to pay the bills. Whereas the 10 tweets will get a couple of retweets, maybe a little bit of attention. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
But it gives you a score that's publicly seen.
Exactly. And
So
that's all it is the score. How many followers you got, Yaremchuk?
On Twitter?
Yep.
On Twitter, I have 5,567.
Remember how shocked you were when you found out I was on Twitter? That was the fucking win for me. 7 years of tweeting, 70,000 career tweets. When Yaremchuk went, "You're on Twitter?" And I went, 10,000 followers, bitch. That was great, but that juice has been squoze.
I don't know what for you to do.
Your
'Cause
last tweet
Wanye
was
is on a hiatus, isn't he?
I'm tired of this shit, man. I got
Your
a new
last
phone.
tweet was you retweeting a World Junior Game Day preview I did.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very nice.
To 10,000 people.
I'm sick of social, man. I'm sick of this shit. Like, I'm still running 9 Instagram accounts or whatever the fuck it is. But, like, I don't know.
I hear you, man.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't
I'll go back to
nearly
blogging.
as much.
I think I might go back to blogging and
You should.
abandon social.
Ooh,
well,
you should.
if I don't
There
do
is
social anymore.
There is a huge call to action.
What would you
on the
okay,
survey? A
let's-
lot of requests on surveys
What?
for Wanye coming back.
What
to the
would you-
blog.
That energy went into social for like
Yeah.
4 years, right?
Yeah,
What
that's
would be your first blog? Wait, right now, what's in your grill? What's
Trade
I don't know. I actually was back reading old Wanye shit to see how I used to talk. I had a lot of time for writing.
What happened with Jan Arden?
Nothing. Oh, it's Katie Lang.
Katie Lang, man.
Kate, oh fuck.
Nothing.
Katie
But
Lang,
I
sorry.
actually
Don't worry.
Jan Arden got beef too?
I don't know. We can start one. Beef
You know,
sells records.
we lost the initial battle, but the war
Oh, okay.
can still be ours.
7 days from now, we have like 7 minutes left in the
Wow,
podcast.
says you.
Should we talk hockey then?
Well,
Okay, you had a bunch of stuff for us.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Okay,
You're
so
on
it's
check
gonna-
hour. Let's go. Another hour.
no.
No.
But busy day on the trade front. 7 days from now, we'll be in Vegas, and the Oilers should presumably have 1 or 2 new players as well if Holland's active at the trade
One
deadline.
or two. Who do you think?
Well, okay.
Are you gonna ask me?
It's been a busy day. All the D-men basically got traded today. Brendan Dillon is gone. He went from San Jose.
What about the C-men?
The C-men?
It's a joke.
So Brendan Dillon went. Marcos
My hot
Scandella
takes
went.
button.
You don't get it. And then Alec Martinez is going to Vegas, which is of note for the Oilers. 'cause
Ooh,
they're
what
gonna-
did they give up for?
Bob McKenzie says
Martinez.
at the time of us recording this, it's not done yet, but if it is, it's going to be 2 second-round picks. So Martinez to Vegas, which really helps them because their one weakness is their blue line. It's fucking not good. But
Somebody need a cowboy?
an interesting note from Elliot Friedman, though, who says that there were a lot of teams that made a real push for Blake Coleman.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay outbid Boston, but Edmonton was right there. And Friedman says a couple of teams heard he was the only guy the Oilers, or the first guy the Oilers showed a willingness to give up a first rounder for.
What?
So if Uncle Ken is starting to,
Jeez, why give up a first rounder on a UFA?
Coleman
Or
has
he's got one more year.
Yeah,
but he's 27, 28.
Yeah, but if Ken Holland is starting to think he's giving up that first rounder, that really changes how things are going to work for the Oilers here. Do you think it's a mistake for him to not go all in this year? Like,
No.
should it be the first Puljujärvi, Samurikov, like everything but Broberg and Bouchard should be pushed out to try win a cup this
I'm
year?
expecting another Jared Smithson, to be honest.
Oh God.
You expect everything to work out great?
No, I just think that I don't think they're going to do a whole lot.
Jared Smithson didn't work out great?
Well, he worked out fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Steve Tambellini, GM of the year.
Changed the game.
We
Boy.
weren't even
100%.
competing for a playoff spot. We made that trade.
We still got him.
It was on our list.
I just think their prospect pool is a little bit shallow right now.
Yeah,
Who, the Mighty Oil?
That's right.
it's still not built to the point where you'd like it to start.
The impact players are in the NHL. So they're a little bit shallow down in Bakersfield outside of a couple of guys.
Well, don't worry. They just sent Houston down. He'll figure it out. CEO of the AHL.
Hausen,
Is it?
Scott Hausen.
Really?
Yeah, Scott Housen. Yeah.
or Houston.
Embarrassing. No. I've only ever read it. I don't listen to podcasts because they're garbage.
Do you think they should go all in?
This is not the year.
Like, well,
It's
yeah.
well, fuck. It's this past weekend has kind of changed my sentiment a little bit because going into it, I'm like, fuck, this is the year not to get rentals. And I still believe we shouldn't get rentals, but like, if we can get a really good player who can stay part of the picture for the next 2 to 3 years, when really this is going to be our window, I could be more open now to giving away the first round pick, depending who it is.
My God, the East is good.
Yeah, the East is really good. The West
Like
is
the
not,
top
and that's
four
part of it
teams,
too. The
that's
West
the-
isn't that good.
No, and the
Or is the West really good and
No.
the East is just, it's either really shitty and there's a few good teams?
How many teams
top
in the,
team in the West would be fifth in the East right now.
How many teams in the Pacific Division are better than the Edmonton Oilers?
None.
So why would you not load up? Because that means you're getting to the conference finals.
Listen here, you fuck. Don't even joke.
Who should we get?
Don't you even joke about going to no conference finals.
If
But
we're
like,
going
that's
all in, who are we going after? You're thinking like a Pajot Kreider situation?
I must have heard going all in 25 times today already. Going all in means you're going to torch some shit. Do you want to torch next year because you went all in on Jared Smithson?
Well, you're
I
not
watched the
working
Colorado Tampa Bay game last night, and that was fast and fucking.
Were they
fun.
all in?
I don't know, but they
Well,
looked all in.
Tampa's all in. They keep
Tampa's
fucking
all
adding.
in. And they were tough. They were playing like after every whistle. It looked like a playoff game last night. And I mean,
Oh, they're
They
sizing
ran
each
the
other
show
up.
with the
Randon's
Oilers.
out for the rest of the season.
Colorado did.
No, the Tampa last week ran the show in the Oilers
Colorado
without
and St.
some of their best players in the lineup. They're very good.
We ran their show, you mean?
No.
I thought we ran their show in the third.
Well,
I thought we were
maybe
deserving to win that
stretches.
game.
No.
No, maybe a point.
For full disclosure, I asked you guys for your opinion on it, and that's what you told me because I didn't see the second.
That's why I said they
second
could have
and
got
third
a
period.
they could have got a point.
Jeez.
But then they allowed a short-handed goal and fuck things up.
Well, that's
Colorado and St. Louis scare me in the West big time.
What does all in mean for you for the Oilers this year? What does that mean?
Well, all in means you're going after rentals. Your next like
You're spending to the
your
cap.
first and second rounds for the next 2 years are
gone.
likely being used.
Yeah.
That's going all in now.
Not now. I don't think the time for that's now.
So
I think you can make serious additions without going all in. I think
Yeah.
what the Oilers need to do is go out and get a third or fourth line center who's a pending UFA and who won't cost you a lot to acquire. I'm looking at a guy like Derek Grant. Maybe you spend a little more and go get Chris Tierney because he's an RFA. You control him. He can grow with your team a little bit. He's only 25 years old.
I think getting RFA is very important.
And then I would go out and I would spend a significant asset, not the first round of this year, but the second and Puljujärvi, the second and Ryan McLeod, the second and Dmitry Samurikov, whatever the combination is, I'm spending it to go get the best cost-controlled winger. If it's Kasha, if it's Tatar, if it's Josh Anderson, you make it work. You get a winger for Connor. You get a young guy who you can control. For
I
a
would
few years.
really like Josh Anderson.
I would love Andre Kasha. I think Andre Kasha is the dream fit right now for this team. But I spend so much to get them because I want them for this run.
Courtesy of our friends at puckpedia.com, the only picks the Oilers have are 1 and 2. They can't trade 3 because that's still tied up in the Lucic trade. 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Shut down Neil for the rest of the season, and that third is ours.
Yeah.
he might be though. Well, he might get close.
Yeah, like honestly, he might not score 2 more goals in the regular season. That's a legitimate possibility.
He's weeks away from returning from a high ankle sprain.
But That's what I would do. I would spend low and get a center. Like even if Thornton wants to go out of San Jose and it only costs you a fourth, you do it.
Really?
And he would up our beard game significantly.
Big beard game.
You would want Thornton?
I wouldn't hate the addition of Joe Thornton in your bottom six.
I think a really, really deep team goes for Thornton. Because that's a guy you just want in the room. I don't know if he's going to... we need someone...
really deep team down the middle. Like, he wouldn't have to play hard minutes on a third line with Josh Archibald and whoever, Nygaard.
How about
Love
that
me,
guy?
How about OT Archie?
How about Archibald?
He's a junkyard dog out
Extend
there.
him, right? You're giving that guy a 2-year deal this summer. He's been fucking
They should have extended him fucking 2 months ago because I bet you could have got him for a song.
Where'd they find this guy?
Arizona.
History. Oh yeah.
Hockey Tinder.
Hockey
Yeah,
Tinder.
they swiped right.
Yeah.
He's a
UFA.
super like.
They gotta make it through the next week here because they have some tough games and they have a very depleted lineup. So it'll be interesting to see where they are on deadline day.
If you're guessing, what is the year the Oilers, with their current lineup and the current everything, when is their window?
Next year, it starts on July
the
1
window,
this
yeah,
year.
exactly. It's that's when you make all the big moves at free agency and the draft
For next year.
and then
Yeah.
so the door is opened right now, and we're gonna I don't think we try to go all in to go like deep because I don't think I say we're the best team in the West, but it's a challenge to come out of
Best
the West.
team in the Pacific is not a stretch, though.
No,
and
no,
that means,
that's
again, you're
definitely
in
not.
the conference finals.
But let's get this team.
Don't you say that shit, Yaremchuk.
Let's get this team some playoff experience.
yeah.
They've played well enough to get some help, so GM's got to make a trade.
Yeah.
And let's try to go 1-2, and if we can get to the conference finals, great. And let's just gain that experience and then fucking make the moves, and then we're all in.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
one.
Connor needs some more at bats.
Yeah.
We're getting great production from guys we didn't expect.
And you
That's
don't
when
wanna-
you don't want to fucking waste years like that.
That's true.
When you get Gagne and Archibald and Yamo coming out and doing this kind of stuff, it's almost like you have to do it.
Think about 16-17 when it was a lot of the same stuff, man. It was like, holy shit,
Pisani.
Maroon and all this stuff.
Oh,
Like,
no, wait, that was way
16,
But we did
Yeah,
nothing.
sorry.
We
But
got
they
Darren.
did nothing. So because we were sitting there going, let them get their experience this year,
Yeah,
and
that's
next
fair.
year's going to be better. And then you're sitting there fucking kicking yourself.
Maybe we
But
don't.
then
Maybe
Peter-
I don't realize what we actually have right now, just because I'm such a
Peter
kick in the
Chiarelli
dick
is also
Oiler fan.
Peter Chiarelli was also a big problem in that plan, though.
But at the time, we weren't like, Chiarelli's a big problem here.
But like as he made moves, you were kind of like,
yeah.
oh, he's a big problem here.
But when he signed Koskinen, and we all fucking shit our pants about it.
Still
Like-
am. I'm still.
Yeah,
think
I
that
still
was
don't
good.
think.
I mean,
I-
it's still
But
a
he
lot.
played
Sold.
so well.
Yeah, they're both
Against
They're
Florida.
both playing well. Like
Oh, yeah,
our team is
fantastic.
playing so well, and we said 2 weeks ago, we're like, this is the stretch that's perfect coming off that galvanizing team experience that they had against Calgary. And
That's
that
the turning point of the season.
most, yeah, and that this was the most important part, and we are doing it depleted, like with the worst case scenario, we could have
It's
a
a
bunch
testament of
injuries.
character, what's happening right now.
Yes, and young guys are just fucking competing. Old guys are competing. Everybody's like, the team looks great. And Leon, we all said it. We were like, this is Leon's chance to step up. He goes first star in the NHL this week.
Hartzidel.
Do you think, Chalmers, the Oilers even need Connor McDavid?
Yeah, trade Connor.
Yes, I think the NHL needs Connor McDavid.
Okay, so you wouldn't trade Connor McDavid?
No, not for
Send him to
anything in this
Bakersfield.
world. Yeah, for a nice conditioning stint.
What? Yaremchuk?
What scares the hell out of me is Ken Holland now has the built-in excuse if he sits on his hands at the deadline to look at the reporters wherever he has to do his press conference and go, Connor McDavid and Oscar Klefbom will be our deadline acquisitions. Mm-hmm. And that's what he, and like, man, you guys have been
Cassian.
around the, Cassian will be our,
Blah, blah.
Neil
You
will be
think
our
he's going to trade
Right,
Connor
and I don't
McDavid
think
and trade
anybody
for him again?
Listen, I don't think anybody should shit themselves about that. Like right now,
It's a big mistake for them to go. They can't sit still, but they shouldn't load up completely. He needs to find that middle ground.
Oh my God, like what Tambellini used to do every year.
Yeah, but
Jared
a
Smith's
few,
in his arse.
a few rungs up the ladder.
He doesn't need to go 10 out of 10, but he can't be like 5 out of 10. He's got to be like 8 out of 10.
if Holland doesn't do anything at the
Like
deadline,
a second round pick
Massive
and
error.
something.
if
I'm
he
listening.
doesn't do anything at the deadline, then you guys are giving permission for the masses to be okay with being upset about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be upset.
Mm-hmm.
And the team would be upset.
Think about the message you're sending to Draisaitl and Connor.
Yeah.
Like, you can't look at your star
But what if
players
they know-
you get swept in the first round and go, "Yeah, boys,
This
that's on
doesn't
you."
seem like a season where there's a ton of fucking rental guys out there to go get.
We don't want rentals.
No rentals.
Don't
team
say it.
control. I give up. I would like the first round pick only comes in play if the winger is under team control.
100%.
Because then it's like, hey, you know what? If this guy's going to be a 20 goal scorer, odds are the guy we pick at 24th overall is only going to be a 20 goal scorer.
Anderson,
4 years from now
Athanasiou,
as well.
Sure, Kasha,
Cash is the
Kasha.
best one out of the three, but
I'm gonna go.
No, but I'd rather have Anderson in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe he's a beast when he's healthy, but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's questions about his overall competitiveness at points in Columbus. But
Oh, that goes against the Fire. You love the Fire.
Okay.
he knows how to crank it up. It's just when do you get him cranked up?
How do you keep him engaged? Do you have just Connor McDavid whispering in his ear?
Maybe that's enough. Maybe the German
Gets me
glare of
going.
Leon Draisaitl gets. Yeah.
So this tough week starts with Boston tomorrow,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
their
6:30
best
at home.
forward and best defenseman.
and
That
then
is
what?
a big one.
And then what? What's the rest of the week look like?
And then the rest of the week,
Mini on Friday?
yeah, which is actually like you should be able to beat Minnesota with just Leon Draisaitl skating with a bunch of pylons, like Minnesota.
and you
fucking
say that
sucks.
about the Kings too?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Kings. So yeah, actually,
Well,
no,
the
they-
Kings now
and then
don't
the-
have
and then the
Toffoli
Ducks?
and Martinez.
yeah.
So we got Wednesday, the 19th. That is the Boston Bruins. That is a 6:30 p.m. Mountain start.
That's a loss in overtime.
Friday, February 21st, 7 p.m. start
I'll take
against
the point.
Minnesota Wild.
Win.
That is here. Then they go on the road. Sunday, they are in Los Angeles for an 8 p.m. start. And then back here next Tuesday against the Ducks.
Yeah, McDavid's back for
Just hold
Friday
on.
or Sunday.
They go to LA.
Or-
He's,
Sorry, no, they are
McDavid's
in
playing
LA.
on the road. We're going to see McDavid in Vegas.
Yeah, he'll go on the road.
We're going to see McDavid in
He'll
Vegas.
sit the LA game and he'll be ready to go back to backs Anaheim, Vegas, or they'll save him because they won't want him on back to backs, and he'll play just in Vegas. Will be his return, and we'll get his return while we're there, and we'll talk about it on the podcasts.
The podcast.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed this episode, guys.
You did? I think
I
there was
like-
parts in
Wow,
between
that
that
was
you actually
nice.
didn't.
No, I thought like we did 65, coming up on 66 minutes of this.
It's amazing.
I thought today we brought it.
I'd have guessed you hated it.
It was
Yeah.
it's amazing
No,
how good it feels.
I-
You're a
Sad,
tough read. You should be playing poker in Vegas then, I think.
Last week we did the podcast. I thought it was good, but not our best effort.
Do you want me
And
to
then-
bring out the drug list again?
Well, no. And then as I was driving home that day, I said, you know what? We need to value Chalmers more because without him, Chalmers automatically takes every podcast from if we're bad without Chalmers, it's a 5. If we're bad with Chalmers, it's still a 7.
Oh,
Wow. Look
He's
at
a
you.
+2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways,
I'm gonna
that's
go
my
home
take
and
on
smoke a
things.
cigarette now. That's a celebratory butt.
All right, well, that was fine. Episode 159 of Real Life is over.
Great job on making it through the entire hour of the Real Life podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from.